Hi, welcome to a session on DEET, on session on Google Jamboard, in which we will see what is Google Jamboard and how you can use it. So we are the DEET team. DEET stands for Digital Home Education for Entrepreneurship and Technology. And today we will see how teaching effectively can be done by using technology, which makes it much more effective and we can leverage technology. So आइए शुरू करते हैं. So let's see what is Google Jamboard. Google Jamboard is basically a shared digital interactive whiteboard which can be used to draw, write, insert images, diagrams, and thus sharing it to make the teaching really effective and even fun for the students. So let's see how you can use Google Jamboard. So I open my Chrome, which is a web browser. I go to google.com. On going to google.com, I see the Google Apps wala thing, and if you click on that icon, you'll try to find a yellow icon which says Jamboard, and if you click on it, you land on the Jamboard home screen. Another option is to just open a new tab and go to jamboard.google.com, which will open the home screen for you as well. Now, a third very interesting or innovative is trying to use Jamboards within Google Meets. So if you go to meets.google.com and start a new meeting, in that meeting there's an option to share a whiteboard, which will open a new whiteboard or a new Jamboard for you. So these are the three ways you can open in Jamboard. Now going back to the Jamboard screen, if you go to the home screen, this is what you see. There's Google Jamboard. There are some existing jams which have been owned or shared by you, and there's a menu which is actually not very useful. So how do you start a new jam? You go down, you click on the plus button, the plus icon, and this will open a new jam with the title Untitled Jam. If you click on the title, you can rename the jam. Let's rename it Test Jamboard here. So now once you have renamed it, you see there are different options here. There's a palette which contains many tools. The first thing is you can set a background. The background can be either dots or lines or anything which you like or which is relevant to what application you're using it for. And similarly, now here there's an option to clear frame. Now let's start with the first tool. If you click on it, it looks like a pen. If you double click on it, you'll see other options. So let's use the pen. You can basically use your mouse pad on your laptop and drag to draw things and to write things. If you have a touchscreen laptop, you can also touch directly, which will help you write or draw. Now, if you have written and you make some mistake, you can go back. You can use the eraser tool to actually change those and to erase what you have written. Once you have changed it, you again go to pen. You can make the changes. Now again, double click on it will open the whole menu, which will have options for colors and various types of markers. So let's use the blue color or the cyan color here. And the different types of pens are also available. For example, we can use a highlighter, which will be a little thicker. You can highlight stuff. Similarly, there's a paintbrush. The paintbrush is a little lighter, thicker, and can be used to just highlight stuff, write stuff. Now coming to sticky notes. Sticky notes are basically sort of like text boxes, very similar to actual sticky notes, and it's a good way and a fancy way to write stuff and put it on the board or on the whiteboard. So you just type, and here's your sticky note. If you click on it once, there's a blue border, and you can then move it around. There's also an option to resize it by clicking it on one of the corners, and if you click on the top left corner, you also have the ability to rotate the sticky note. You also have the option to edit or duplicate it. So to duplicate it, you just click on the three dots and click on duplicate, and this is the other one. And again, I've already talked that there's also option to rotate it, to move it around, to change it. And if you double click on it, the pop-up again will open to edit the sticky note. And in editing, you can again change the text or the color of the sticky note, and then save it to save your changes. Now if you put the sticky note on each other, you see that the yellow sticky note is below the first one. So if you click on the three notes, there's option to bring it to the front, and there's option to set order to the sticky notes. So that's how sticky notes work. Now we have already looked at brush, eraser and sticky notes. Now let's look at the third option, the fourth option, which is inserting shape. The default shape is a round or a circle, and as you can see, there are options to change the boundary color or the color which is filled within the circle. If you double click on it, you will open a small menu where you will have options to draw other shapes as well, for example square, and then you go to the top and change the color or even have it transparent. Like, you have various options, and there are different shapes such as triangles, diamonds, squares, and even arrows, which are actually really helpful in making flowcharts and free body diagrams or mind maps, so things like that. So you can just share it. Now another option is text box. So text box can be used to put text anywhere, everywhere without having any boundary. So if you see, it will be just transparent. To insert it a text box, you type whatever you want to put it in the text box, and you just leave it. So it doesn't have a boundary. It can be moved around again anywhere. It can be rotated, resized, as we have already seen with the other components. So this is a text box, could be put anywhere, and these were basically some of the components which we have seen so far. Now what is remaining is the next one being we have seen how to put text, we have seen how to put text in different forms, we have seen how to put basic figures, but now let's see how can you put different types of images. So if you go on images, you click on upload, you browse, you click on browse. This will open up your local file explorer, and if you select an image over there, you can see the image is basically put on the whiteboard. And again, with the image, again you have the ability to resize it, rotate it, and even move it around once you click on it and once the blue border. Now if you go to images, there's also a very convenient option to search for images online. So you go click on Google search image, and let's say Mahabharat, because just those horses reminded me of Mahabharat, and I select an image, and as soon as I click on it, the image will basically come on your whiteboard or your Jamboard, and you can similarly move it around and do things like that. Now with all this stuff, there's just one button to clear it all, so clear frame, but we do not want that, so we press Ctrl Z to undo it, and you get your changes back. Now the last option is a laser, which can basically be used for highlighting stuff while you're sharing the screen. It won't leave any permanent mark. It is just like a laser pointer which you can use to point to things. So these are all the options which we have seen so far. Now you can also click on this new arrow to create a new frame, and as many times as you click on it, it will create a new frame, and you can again put things on it. You can create it for different people, you can create it for different topics. It's like opening a new page in a notebook, so you don't have to erase the old one, which is very convenient. If you click on the three dots, you'll see other options. We have already seen renaming. There's an option to download it as PDF, which will basically download whatever you have in this Jamboard as a PDF. And if you try to see, click on it, you'll see that both the pages have been in the PDF. And there's also an option to save the frame individually as an image, and so on. So we have almost seen all the basic features which can be used standalone without sharing it with the others. But there's also a major option to share it with others, which is like a major feature. So click on share. जिसके साथ भी आपको शेयर करना है उसकी मैंने ईमेल आईडी डाल दी है. इधर मैंने अपनी खुद की दूसरी ईमेल आईडी डाली है, assuming या enacting that I am the teacher and I'm sharing it with the student. So आपने अपने students की email ID डाल दी, and just you send, and then you click on send. So what happens is, let's say the left one is still the teacher, you have shared it with the other person who is a viewer here, as you can see, and you have clicked on done. The other person can basically we have access to it. Now if you make any changes while the other person has not opened it, those changes will be seen by the other person as well. So let's say इधर पे मैंने एक नया पेज डाल दिया है, and the other person goes, opens, उसको मेरा Jamboard दिख गया है, so the teacher sees that the student has joined, and you can see जो मैंने changes offline किए थे वो अभी भी है इधर पे. And if the teacher makes any changes, or here जैसे highlight कर रही है teacher, the student is able to view those changes almost in real time. So the teacher now puts a sticky note asking, hello, pages the student, and as soon as the teacher saves it, almost instantaneously the student can see the reflected change in his or her sheet. Now notice that right side पे कोई भी आपको tools नहीं दिख रहे हैं, and because it is a view only mode. So if you change the access to an editor access, the student, once he refreshes, will have the ability to make changes, and thus you will see the same palette on the left to be able to make changes. So then student can draw, write figures, draw figures, insert images, and even put sticky notes like we see here. And again, any changes made by the student are also seen by the teacher. So any changes made by anyone who has access to it are reflected for everyone who have access to it. But let's see how we can give access to almost anyone without knowing their email IDs. So here we click on this anyone with the link option. You have option to both add them as an editor or a viewer. Here we have added them as a viewer, and you just copy the link, and anyone who has this link, you can share this link through WhatsApp or your Zoom class chat, can open this link and has joined as a viewer. Again, you can change the option from viewer to editor by trying to give them access to the Jamboard. Let's see some use cases how this can be used in our daily activities. So again, I go to a Jamboard which I had already made to show you different activities or different ways you can use to teach, and I have shared it with my student. The student can see. So let's say there's a discussion, a chemistry class going on, wherein I have asked students to put in some points. So what you can do is you can just ask them to put in sticky notes or their ideas about a certain point. Here we are seeing the differences between solids and liquids. So one of the student can just put sticky note mentioning a point which they have a rigid shape, which obviously does seem true, and this basically increases the participation of the students and this collaboration process. So this is one way. Another way is basically labeling diagrams. Here we are seeing a free body diagram, which is a very common thing in mechanics and physics, where the students given a diagram can basically label the diagram, put some text in it relevant, and again the changes made by the student would be seen by the other students. So this is again a very fun interactive way to get the students involved in your teaching, rather than, and especially given that now everything is online, this makes the whole writing on the blackboard and calling the students on near the blackboard to write or to make changes virtual. So this is your whiteboard. It is seen by all the students as it is, and the student can use to make changes, to label diagrams, and almost anything which you can imagine, and even beyond that, like putting images and changing colors. So another use case is obviously to draw diagrams, which we had already discussed. Diagrams can be flowcharts, they can be mind maps, which can be used to make the learning process very fun and make chapters and even stories easy to remember for the students. So again, the students can leverage features like putting sticky notes, putting arrows, putting text boxes to be able to make diagrams, to understand processes better, processes like maybe water cycle, and how, or basically how any process works can be easily depicted using a flowchart. Similarly, it can be used for other use cases. Again, coming to a brainstorming activity where you want to introduce a new topic, what you can do is you can ask students to have some prior knowledge or to get ideas from them. Is just ask them to put in whatever ideas they have. For example, here the teacher is trying to start a new chapter on energy and is trying to test how much the students know already. So the students can put in different sticky notes by sharing their ideas, and again, whatever is put by the students is reflected on the teacher's board, on everyone's board. So another student can also put another sticky note, and you can basically use different colors to identify who has put the note. So the next student has put the green note, which helps the teacher identify who has put it. Further, it can also be used for like teaching like simple math to elementary kids. Here you see a word problem, a very innovative use case I would say. मैंने गूगल इमेज डाली एक कॉइन की, मैंने 6 कॉइन्स बना दिए Ctrl+C कॉपी और Ctrl+V पेस्ट करके, एंड देन छोटे बच्चों को पढ़ाने के लिए एकदम इंटरेक्टिव मैनर में मैंने इनको डिवीजन का कंसेप्ट बताने के लिए व्हाट वी हैव डन इज लाइक बेसिकली जस्ट टोल्ड देम हाउ दे कैन डिवाइड इट इक्वली एंड just giving 2 coins each to each friend. So these were some of the use cases we saw. So what did we learn today? We basically saw different ways of opening Jamboard, different techniques to edit Jamboard, figures, drawings, rotating images, moving them around, things like that, sharing Jamboard with others, which is definitely very helpful, and also how you can change the edit or view permission, and various use cases. So yeah, let us know how you liked the session, if you disliked anything, and thanks for watching the video. We are still learning, and let us know how you liked it. Let us know in the comments if you have any other ideas by which you want to share. You have innovative use cases, and we'd love to know about them. Thank you.